Hello there, Wotb takers. Welcome to the channel. I'm, of course, your host, Blitz, and in today's video, we are going to be talking about the Tier 8 light tanks. Of course, there are a couple really strong ones. We've got vehicles like the AMX 1390, with their fantastic clipping potential, and after it's gotten buffed, a really solid vehicle. The T54 lightweight's more like a medium shoved on a light tank, and then we got the T49 with the massive alpha. But today's video, we're going to be talking about the FV301, which doesn't really have anything particularly amazing about it until you really realize what makes it such a strong vehicle and why it's currently the #1 performing Tier 8 light for 30 days and 60 days in World of Tanks Blitz, even better than the 1390 after that massive buff it did receive. Now, I've only played one game today, and that was in my FV301, as you can see. I kind of got unlucky. I was recording, and yeah, my voice decided to give out. One thing I will do, if my voice gives out and I start stuttering halfway through the video, I'm just like, you know what, I'm just going to restart the recording. That's one thing I still hate. And because I work from 12 p.m. to 8:30 today, which kind of sucks for me, I don't really have time to record after work. So, yeah, my voice is obviously going to sound a little bit more dead as I just woke up, but we're going to do the best we can on today's video and talk about the FV301. So you're going to see in this game, just one singular game I played this morning in, and then of course I'll do a live game in it, but you're going to see what makes it such a strong tank. Now, first of all, this vehicle carries the same type of gun as the Centurion. It's a 190 alpha. I don't really know what you'd call that, maybe like a 80 millimeter or so, but it's got 190 alpha. And it's got about a 4.2 second reload. And when you add those two numbers together, that means that this vehicle is sitting at over 2,700 damage per minute. That is very solid. It's actually more DPM than the Centurion, which is quite ironic when you think about it, because the Centurion is a medium and this is a light with better armor in certain regards than the Centurion 1. Now, you've just watched me take about, 700 hit points off of that poor VK100, and now we're shooting at the FV201. Yeah, you can start to see why this tank is so incredibly strong. The gun's dispersion is weird, though, because its dispersion base is about 0.335, which is terrible when you think about it. It's actually really bad for a Tier 8 light, but yet that dispersion doesn't seem all too bad after I've shot, about 1,000 hit points off of this VK100, and obviously, it's not slowed me down at all on ripping out damage. I don't think I've actually missed a singular... Well, there you go. There's my first miss. And that was just, a miss because it was kind of a snapshot. Really, this vehicle is incredible on the amount of damage it can dump out. You can see here just shot after shot after shot. And this T-34 too, yeah, he's not getting away. Ammo rack detonated. So, yeah, we're at 2,930 damage now. And again, aiming at that VK's cupola. That's all I've shot so far. The only part of that VK I've shot is his cupola. I obviously know he's on a reload, so I'm going to instantly back up when I think he's going to shoot. And again, we're still shooting that cupola. So now we finally have the ability to shoot him once in the side and once in the lower plate. So back on to what makes this vehicle strong. As I said, the dispersion is quite poor, but one thing that isn't is the penetration, because this vehicle carries the exact same, oh, I'm stuttering again, but the exact same type of gun that the Centurion carries. It has 226 millimeters of standard pen, which obviously makes it very good. In fact, it's the only Tier 8 light tank apart from the AMX Defender sitting over 200 millimeters of standard pen, making it way stronger on penetrating Tier 9s and Tier 8 heavies that you really couldn't in most Tier 8 lights. So, the first game, 4,502 damage. Not bad at all. And, yeah, this game was a mastery as well. That's just showing you how strong this vehicle was. Like, we absolutely decimated the enemy team. Now, granted, they might not have been the best players, like, we can find out. Let's see, VK100, yeah, he wasn't the best player, but he also wasn't terrible. And you can see that for the one game in this vehicle, it really did have such a strong impact on the battlefield there. Now, against Tier 9s, this tank can be a lot more of a struggle, because, of course, the only 190 alpha doesn't do too much when you're up against a vehicle, let's say, like, an M46 Patton that has 350 and trades with you and pens everything on your tank. And even though this tank does have some troll armor, yeah, still, you don't want to trade with vehicles like a Chimera that are just going to absolutely decimate your hit point pool. But one thing I still never understand is why these are lights. It's one thing I'll always question Wargaming on is, ever since they came into the game, these play like mediums. I can play this tank exactly like I'd play Ascent, and I'd probably do just as well. Obviously, this doesn't have the hull-down capabilities as Centurion has, but it has the same type, actually has better mobility. Its gun is better on DPM, and other than the armor being a little bit worse, it can pretty much do everything exactly the same, which is something I really don't understand on Wargaming's part. And of course, it's got better spotting range to what I'm aware, so what we can do now is just sit in this bush and see what we can spot. The weird thing about light tanks and Blitz, the thing that I don't understand is light tanks and World of Tanks PC don't really have the best spotting range in the game. I think it's actually mediums that do. That makes sense because, of course, mediums need to spot. Light tanks, while they are supposed to scout, would obviously be absolutely breaking in the game's aspect if they had mobility, camo, and spotting, which would, kind of be weird. And, of course, the gun. Now, that's a smasher right there. There's one nice tap into you. We've also got vehicles like the Gravedigger over here. There's one nice tap into him. Let's try and use that gun depression and get some nice shells out into him. There's 2 shells into the Gravedigger. Can we get more out? Let's see. Can we get a 3rd shell out? Oh, the 3rd one did not want to pop out. But you can already see that this is where the vehicle does a good job. We've already taken a pretty sizable chunk off that Gravedigger, about 500 hit points. Let's try it again. There's another big chunk off of him, and then in another couple seconds, we try it again. Oh, come on, Gravedigger. You know you want to show me your turret. Boom! Okay, maybe that one wasn't going to penetrate. I've also got to worry about that smasher, though, of course. Smashers can be quite deadly, and judging where he pokes, yeah, I got to be very, very careful. Especially with my team falling apart very quickly. So, oh, he's not even on this side. Never mind, I'm not worried. I'm not worried anymore. So what we're going to do now is we're going to try and pop up behind the enemy team. We'll see what we can do. We've got that Annihilator off to the side over here. We've also got that Smasher plopping off to the side. There's another nice tap into him. Obviously, I'm not the biggest fan of the old Smasher, because that tank can literally ruin my game in a singular shot. Same for a vehicle like the Annihilator, though. The Annihilator can be an extremely deadly tank. Ooh, what the heck shot me? That would be an AMX 5120. Not in my forte to be shot at by right now. So let's try and back up here. We've got the KV-13. We've also got the Annihilator. And obviously, I don't want to get hit by any of these tanks. You can see this is a bit of a predicament, and I don't like predicaments too much. So let's see if we can try and finish off the Annihilator. As of right now, this is by far the deadliest tank. Let's get another shot into him. Oh, he missed all of his shots. You're done. That's it. You are done, buddy. I'm sick of you. I hate these things, so goodbye, partner. Haha. Yes, okay, that's what I'm talking about. No more of you. Oh, but we got more deadly tanks. We got a T-71 now, and he might actually kill me, to be fair. Let's try and bounce his shot. Oh, he missed. Oh, he missed, which means I have a chance to survive. Come on. HE's into his turret, be like. Come on, let's keep going. Let's keep going. And let's fire a standard, because HE's probably not going to do much. Ah. As you can see, the T-71, while it may not have a lot of penetration, it does actually have a really, really good gun. And, yeah, my team is going to end up losing this, even though we did a very, very solid job. And you can see that, again, the FE301 really is a strong tank. If you play it correctly, we did a really solid job there. I was able to dump out a lot of damage, shoot the Annihilator quite a bit, shoot the Smasher twice, get the Gravedigger a bunch of times. And sadly, the only reason we really lost, in my opinion, was because my team just absolutely died like a bunch of doofuses. Like our Progetto, I don't even know how our Progetto died so quickly. We had like a full health Progetto just YOLO rush in and die. And all that's left is a Ferdinand who has been spotted. Now, hopefully this Ferdinand does a good thing. Yeah, look at that. Nice shot from the Ferdinand. We know that the T-71 is a one-shot from me. So hopefully this Ferdinand actually does a decent job and wins us the game. Let's see. I believe, everybody. Believe with me. Oh, gee. He's struggling. Oh, that's not good. Come on, pen your shot. Well, we're just going to exit. I just want to see how much damage I did, so what I'm going to do, one fun fact, is that if you do bad in the game and you die, or you just die in general, if you actually go back to the replay, and you click on the FE3 or whatever you did the replay on, you can scroll to the end, and it'll tell you just exactly how much damage you did. So let's see how much we did this game. We did 3,011. So that's not bad. 2 games, and we did 4,000 combined in both of those games. Like, not combined, of course, added, but just on average. That's really, really impressive. And you can definitely see how a vehicle like the FE301 can be an extremely strong light tank. It's got the DPM, it's got the mobility, it's got the armor, it's got everything you'd want. And because of that, I'd honestly say that if you're going to grind any light, it's either the T49 or the FE301 line, because they're the best in the class. The tier 10s are great. And it's just such a fun vehicle. So hopefully all of you enjoyed today's video. If you want to see more like it, please consider smashing that subscribe button down below. But other than that, stay happy, stay healthy, and I'll be seeing you in the next one. Bye-bye.